Hello, this is Brenton, and I am going to show you my app for phase two, React, and it's called the Enneagram, or Welcome to the Enneagram. The Enneagram is a personality type indicator that I found really useful. I for a while I was um, managed programming for a hot springs retreat center. And we had about a little over 150 programs a year, and the Enneagram was one of them. So that's how it's introduced, but it's used, in kind of alternative psychology. It's also used in the business world. And it's a method for, better understanding ourselves and better understanding personalities around us. And, for my part, when I took a test and read about it, I was like, realized, oh, wow, I have kind of, made myself feel bad or felt, kind of disappointed in myself for certain personality traits that I didn't think were helpful. And, I went from thinking, hey, okay, what's wrong with me to, wow, okay, this is my personality. And, these are some of the qualities. And, yeah, it definitely helped me along the way. And then reading about the other personalities I was connected to, was really interesting. And you can see here how each personality is connected to some other ones, and you share traits with those, um, as well as traits to the wings, which are, the personality types to the left and the right of the personality type that you most closely fit. So, I was kind of racking my brain for what to do for this project, and I had a dream one night that was, I just had a dream that like I was making an Enneagram type app so people could take the test online because, 4 or 5 years ago, it was pretty hard to find a test online. Now, in doing this research for this project, I see that there's quite a few, but I don't know, I hope to put this on the internet with just a little bit of tweaking through GitHub, and yeah, provide an opportunity for someone to take this test. There's several tests. This one is um, the official shortened kind of truncated test that still yields good results, but not as accurate as the main test, which is 144 questions. This is only 72, but these questions are taken word for word out of a book that's an Enneagram book from the Enneagram Institute. All right, let's get started. So, text, human psyche, it's a great word, great combination of words to use, worldview. You can, you'll be able to check this out, whoever's watching this video through GitHub. I need to capitalize that. Yeah, this takes about 10 minutes. And I've got, of course, a link here for ease of access, but I've also got a menu up here of the different kind of linear steps someone would take. So let's go here. Here's instructions. Basically, this is pairwise comparison, which is, easier decision-making research. If you study that, pairwise comparison is often the easiest sort of comparison for humans to make. And so a lot of research, especially when there's language barriers, is done with pairwise comparison. And I assume that's why this is a very similar format to what they have in the book, though not exactly. So we're looking for statements that are most true of me most of the time. Again, with the bigger test, 144 questions, there's a lot more. You can get into some of the nuance, and the test is a little bit easier to take in terms of questions that fit you better. And yeah, I guess this is a kind of a hard concept to understand, but the granularity is not as deep as the test that has 144 questions, and because of that, some of the questions may not feel like they fit very well. So here's tips to get through that. They should be based on actual behavior and reactions, etc., so on and so forth. ad nauseum. Quiz. So let's go here. Okay. So this is where you're presented with a set of 2 questions, and you just choose the one that most fits you. Now, there, I've limited these to 7 or to 12, just so it doesn't take me forever to get through these. Let's see. Let's do that. Let's do that. And let's just do that. Okay, so now we're at the results page. This is a chart 2.js. And basically, behind the scenes, and we'll get to that in a second, I just summed up the answers. Had difficulty accessing these. I opted for a chart that was pretty easy to put in, and the trade-off was that I there wasn't documentation for how to change these. The documentation that's out there is for the previous version of this, and that code didn't work on this. So anyway, so a user will take one of these, and in most situations, one of these will be higher than the other ones. So let's say that's A. So I say, oh, I'm the peacemaker, easygoing, receptive, agreeable, complacent. So one interesting thing about the Enneagram is it is both positive and negative often. It provides you kind of a roadmap of what your personality might be like when you're doing well, and what your personality might be like when you are not doing as well. And so, I thought that was really interesting, because you can see I could see some of those qualities, in myself when I feel like, oh man, I'm not doing so well. I do tend to get.
Okay. Sorry about that. All right. So, and then let's say, I'm the peacemaker here. And then just to get people on their journey with the Enneagram, I just linked to this personality type on the Enneagram Institute's website. That's taking a bit to load for some reason. There we go. And there's just tons of information on the different types, and all kinds of things. But so it's really cool. Okay, let's hop into the code here. So first, got my index. This is stuff I kind of did some switching around with the router. I had put it up on the index at one point, and then moved it. But that's the index. The app, that's where my router information is. And the actual results, I had to bring up from the questions container. Of course, this is roughly these tabs are in kind of the order of what you see them on of the menu, what's rendered. But we'll see more of these results later. We've got a nav bar, and we got the routing right there. Pretty straightforward. Scroll to top is a little thing I put in because of the way I structured the website. You read to the bottom of the screen, especially on different size screens, and you go to the next thing, and you need to scroll up to the top. And like so. Boop. Okay. All right, home. This is the first set of happy text, and of course the link to the next page, which is instructions. Instructions, more text. This links to the questions container, and also to the official test, which is $12. This is the free test. So hoping to not get in trouble for using those answers word for word. Okay, questions container. So this is the container that holds the questions, the results, the chart, and the table. So did a fetch, out a component, did mount, and then down here when you go down to render, I use a ternary expression to figure out whether or not we are rendering questions or we are rendering results. So I get this information from a local server here. Then I slice the first two sets of questions with this piece of code. And then this also kills this process once we get through all the questions. And this is where I change the number of questions that appear. This is just a counter for the question sets. And then this navigates to results component when finished. And also, this sends the results to app.js, because these are, more or less siblings. So I needed to send them up to a parent component to then send them back down to results. Questions, this just displays the questions. And results. Oh, I didn't show you the interesting part, I guess. I can save results to, come on. Wow. Okay, I must have changed that. Okay. Billy, that's not me, by the way. Made that up. Any of you are playing Steal My Identity. Okay, see, you can see it just instantly shows up here. Okay, so that's what this posts the name and score to a JSON server. We just did that. This displays results and holds the post form that we just used. The results table is here, and then above that, we've got the chart as well. That populates once this is run, and this counts the frequency of each letter. Each letter corresponds to a personality type. This just counts a frequency and then stuffs it all into an object, and then pushes that object up into the state. So yeah, that's my project. I was going to use Bootstrap, ran out of time because I ran into the biggest challenge was the router. I'm realizing that, oh man, wait a minute, I have I'm trying to work between two siblings. I didn't realize that for a while. I lost some time kind of banging my head on my desk for that one. Yeah, didn't get to the Bootstrap. Looking forward to learning that though, but did get some extra practice with CSS, which at my level, which is just starting out, I really appreciated being able to work in CSS again, and actually figured out some things that I didn't know before, mostly around arrangement of boxes and stuff. So that's it. Thanks so much for watching, and yeah, thanks.